the amount of money that is spent in campaigns, or we leave it a blank check? Because the youths are saying,
we don't have money, yet those ones who only have money are the ones who have a chance to go and campaign. Do you think we need to cap the amount of money to be spent, or we leave it as a blank check?
Thank you, Honorable. I think on that, allow me to say that this will need a very strategic approach with all stakeholders, Parliament being number one and the people of Kenya, so that once we have public participation, then we can come up. Because my views alone, I don't think I am in the capacity or authority, but that's how I'm going to handle it. Today I'm fasting, don't worry. So next is Honorable Muchangi. And thank you, Honorable. I think you commented that I feel like I'm going to be approved out of my frustration. And I want to say that from the time I applied, trust me, they always say believe your instincts. I told you, or I mentioned here, that I applied to a number of positions, but there is something that was telling me this one is for you. So I thank God for this far, and also for asserting. He also said that there is this poll that was conducted, and many young people are feeling that the elections are not going to be free, fair, and justice. And what am I going to do if appointed to believe in process of election repeat or one another? But let me to say that I'm going to ensure that we have structured dialogues with the youth. We must talk to them and we must listen, because they will tell us how we want to do things. Number two, for example, they have so many other proposals that they think, especially when we do public participations, that they think we should do to gain that trust. For example, just before I came here, I think a week or two ago, there is a video of one Abdullahi Hussein, another young man, if you have seen. He's a Kenyan, and he's already thinking of how we can have a digital ballot box. So I understand that we have the other population of Kenya that is not youthful and that is not tech savvy. But what I'm trying to say is to do or what I will do to ensure that the youth will believe in the process of election is to ensure that after listening to them, we at least implement the things that they will do. And then number three, and not the last, to introduce electoral innovation hubs. These people have ideas, and two heads are better than one. So once we sit down with them, as a commission, then we can be able to hear. And what is doable, of course, after everything within the law, we shall do. And what is not doable, then we can reach as we develop as a nation. Thank you, Honorable. Honorable Otiende. I already asked him to bring the degree of law, so thank you for that. And if need be, we shall come for consultation and classes so that we can also be advocates. You have asked me to explain my net worth. My net worth, number one, let me mention that it is immovable and movable assets, and maybe that I have some parcel of land, two to be specific, one of 5 acres and one of 4, and then have a car, of course, and some livestock, about just 30, is not many, because somebody is keeping it from me. The reason why this amount is high is because we come from a village called Shela, that we call the Runda and Mudaiga of Lamu, and the prices are not normal across the country. So you can get a piece of land at like 40 million, maybe somewhere in Vipingo, in Mombasa, if you can relate, but the same size of land, 1 acre, will cost you 120 million where I come from. So if you value my land, you cannot compare with other parts of Kenya. That is why I'm at 77, and this is as of today, in case I have distress selling. But after, and I want to sell at the market price, I'm sure it will be more, God willing. Lastly, but not the least, you've also asked the issue of Lamu East being a very small constituency, and there have always been talks of merging it with Lamu West. And I want this to respond to this Honorable Chair just the way I did in my other interview. I prayed first it should not happen under my watch because I said my people will curse me. And then number two is that let us just pray it doesn't happen. But of course, if I may respond now as a missioner, I have been appointed. Of course, there are so many factors and issues that will be looked into before maybe we just scrap not only Lamu East but any other constituency in Kenya that is at the loss of being scrapped. So maybe when we get there, we shall see what the people will have to say, and then of course I will stick to the law as a commissioner. Honorable Stephen from Nyamira, I have traveled the country. I have been to Mombasa, of course, Kwale, Kilifi. I have been to Kakamega, up to the end, Malava. I have been to Busia. I have been to, I think, Naivasha is in Nakuru. Voi, I have been there. I've been to Taita Taveta. I have been to Isiolo and Samburu. I have been to Nairobi. I'm here, yeah?
Looking for an answer called Nyamira. So I just manufacture it.
Unfortunately, I took an oath to say nothing but yes. So, inshallah, once appointed as a commissioner, I am sure I will have now to traverse the country. And I shall be coming to Nyamira, God willing. Thank you. Apart from the Lamu exposure, which other exposure do I have in this republic? Honorable Stephen, number one, I have gone to university. And university is universal. I was in Kenyatta University with over 30,000. And we also have an alumni group of almost over 4,000, 5,000 of us. And everybody knows me. If you go there, and they gave me a nickname from Honorable Mutisa's place, Walalo. Sometimes they'll call me Walalo or Waria. I just have to, because they don't know any person wearing buibui to be a Bajuni. So after that, I also went to University of Nairobi. So it's a whole another community nationally. I was also an active member of Maendeleo ya Wanawake organization. So in different platforms across the nation, we were meeting with different people. And I have a lot of other exposure nationally. So now it is my time to request I also be given this position, and I can go up to Turkana and other places. Nyamira number one, and then Mandera. Thank you. This is where I wanted to respond the issue of apathy in applying for this position, and I said that maybe there was that thinking that as youth we can only apply to certain jobs, but my application, shortlisting, I did the interview, finally appointed, and today being vetted, and hopefully will be soon on after your approval. Really instill hope, as my sister has said. So I think that is what was there. Maybe the youth were thinking these positions are for certain people, certain age group we can, and I'm sure now be prepared. Even PSC, if you have a director position, they are going to apply. What will I do to make youths participate in electoral process? I pointed at the director, like your position is being eyed now, yeah? By the youthful Kenyans. So what will participate in electoral processes? As I have mentioned earlier, to come up with inclusion policy will ensure that we have forums. We can even create those labs, innovation, and then we shall be able. So if we do this, I answer the other question which says about, no, let me finish this, then I can answer the other one. So once we can do such things, and not only just telling them, but seeing them, and giving them the opportunity. And allow me to also say that when we are doing recruitment of the POs, of the clerks, I'm sure there's so many jobless Kenyans, the young ones. At least as IBC, we should show a certain percentage is being given to to these young people. And so that way we shall be able to have them participate rather than being on that other part of the process. You asked Mheshimiwa if I understand the pros and cons of being here. And as a Muslim, I believe kufa ni ile siku Mungu ameandika, zingine ni sababu. So that's my belief, yeah? Yeah, so I can die here, God forbid, just before anything if I go out because saa imefika, and I can serve in the commission for 6 years and come out free, sindio? So I am very positive, and I know he asked in good faith, but it is good that you have asked so that I can also tell the other youths and the other people, because I've received mixed reactions. There are those who call me and they are praying for me, and then lastly they're saying, Lakini mwanangu, be careful, that job is not as easy as you think. Are you getting the point? So it is not something that I'm aware. It is something that I'm prepared. So the duty that I have, we were created to serve God. I do my obligations, religious obligation, and when time is ready, I'm ready to go. But I want to, inshallah, tell the house here, I have a longer life, inshallah, yeah? So that we can live to the age of 60, 70, and beyond. Thank you for that question. It has also instilled hope. Honorable Mutuse, you've asked me if I have any experience or my connection with electoral systems. And as I am here today, I want to say that the connection I have with electoral systems, if I understood the question, is that at least I have voted, so at least I know the process, and I have voted thrice. I have also extensively empowered the people at my capacity as a ward administrator, as a waziri, and even before that as a youth leader, telling them the importance and to some extent going even deep into my pockets to ensure they come and register. Let me tell you, sometimes it is very surprising that you meet some young people out there and you ask them, I hope the Honorable Speaker will not mind, I'm just giving an example, who is the Speaker of the National Assembly of Kenya or the Parliament of Kenya? And that person doesn't know even the name of the speaker. So these people are in their own world. Honorable Farah, I'm sure you might have people in your constituents who don't even know if you exist. I don't know where they live. As you say, they only participate in other platforms. But now it is our mandate, as I said, to ensure that they don't only fight for their rights and know their right, but also their responsibilities. Where I want to say, if you are not registered as a voter, what do you expect next? So we must do that. And then at some point I was also an agent. That's how I have interacted, and I think that's enough. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fahima. I think you tried to answer those questions in the best way you could, in the circumstances, given the opportunity. But again, we remind you that you are the face of the youth in Iebc. Today, they have witnessed us interview middle-aged persons. We have also interviewed quite elderly people, and all of them have exhibited the value they will take to that Iebc. So the youth are looking upon you to ensure that also that value, you take it over there. And we would advise you that you have to constantly ensure you engage the youth using all the youth forums available, including social media, so that they know what you are doing and what you are doing for them. Because as you say, they never thought a youth would become a commissioner. But all commissioners are usually elderly people. But here you are today, and God willing, this committee may be persuaded to approve you. You take the oath and you sit on that seat. You've also confirmed that you understand it's a hot seat from the question by Honorable Mogaka, but you also prepared for the heat. You will take it with the stride it requires. So with those remarks, I have a few final questions for you. Where are they? You've stated your net worth to be how much? 77 million.
Yes.
Made of, you have explained, 2 parcels of land,
Yes.
which are precious,
Yes.
and a few other things.
Yes.
All right. That's number one. Number two, have you been convicted of any offense in your tender age? Not at all. Have you been accused during your public service of having breached Chapter 6 of the Constitution on ethics and integrity? Not at all. Do you think, or are you aware of any circumstances that may lead to your conflict of interest with the IEBC, such that when you go there you are conflicted, you cannot serve?
That I'm aware, and in case it arises in the future, then I will do the needful.
You do the needful, which is to declare
Yes.
and recuse yourself if that is
Yes.
necessary. Finally, and you've said it already, that you involved a lot in pro bono works, including getting those girls from Shella to go to school, study, and become professionals. Have you done anything else apart from the girls to other human beings?
Yes, yes. Actually, from the same village, we have a Shella Bursary Fund. It's almost, I think, 26, 27 years now, and it's a fund that revolves every year. We do fundraising, and since 2014, after I started receiving my salary as a ward administrator, I have never missed even one single year in contributing, because I know the importance of education. I have been educated, and I want all the others to be educated. The Shella Women Initiative, the SLEO, and many other groups from Lamu and even other parts of Kenya, I do help with the little that I have, because I believe in our religion, when you give, and also God gives you more. Yes.
Thank you. Finally, what plea are you making to these honorable members of parliament as regards your nomination and the subsequent appointment, if it happens? What are you asking them to do for you?
Thank you, Honorable Chair, and allow me to take this opportunity to end my conversation. I will call with you by saying that let us go. The youth are. We modernize our communication. If they are there in TikToks, Instagrams, Space, even Planet Mars, we must go. Why am I saying this? Is because failure for them to get communication or information from us, I mean IEBC, Parliament, and all other authorities in Kenya, then we give room for them to be fed with so much misinformation. But if we can be able to ensure that we do our things and our works in transparency, and we are ready to be held accountable, then I don't think there'll be any room for misinformation and propaganda. So my whatever I'm trying to say is, let us go to them and let us engage them. They will listen. And with me, inshallah, I request that you appoint me, you approve me, and I get appointed. I shall do that, because alhamdulillah, I'm still young, I have the energy. We will work in Kenya, and everybody will know that what is expected of them and what is expected of us as the leaders. Thank you.
And you have a whole expanse of life ahead of you, such that you'll be the last person to want to see it or anything negative happening to this country, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. We have heard you. We will not tell you what our decision is now. We will retreat, look at everything that is before us regarding you, make a report that we take to National Assembly. Then you will hear your debate on the floor, and eventually you know whether you are approved or disapproved. Otherwise, for now, thank you so much for appearing before us, and may you have a safe journey to wherever you are going. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm going to Lamu.
Go back to Lamu. Well, we wish your dad is your caretaker and the aide and Wakili.
Yes.
I hope it has gone to your expectations, Wakili. I hope there is also no fee note for that. There will be a fee note as usual. There is no other way an advocate can survive away from a fee note. Thank you, team. We now release you. Thank you. Give our documents back.
Thank you, honorable members.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the session of the day. We have gone through vetting of the 7 nominees to IEBC, and now we need to retreat and make our decision, which decision is a recommendation to the House, which is not binding on the House until it is voted and adopted or it is rejected. So we
MP Kibwezi West, Vice Chair. Mogaka, I'm elected by the great people of West Mogrango constituency and a member of JLAC committee.
Molo, member for Ariada.
Mushangi Karemba, member of parliament for Runyenjes and a member.
John Makali, member of parliament for Kandui constituency, a member of this committee.
Wood, Wajir East. My name is Michael Moshera, MP of Jarorok, and I can disclose that the nominee is my constituent, but of course I'm not conflicted.
Thank you.
All right, Honorable.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Zulekha Harun, nominated member and a member of the Jailer Committee.
Get.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Peter Chamweno. I'm Director at Departmental Committees, and on my left are members of staff who serve in the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs, and they comprise committee clerks, legal counsel, research officers, and other administrative officers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is sufficient for introduction. Ms. Anderito.
Yes, Chair.
We will administer an oath upon you. You tell us which is your religion or we affirm you. Number 2, you will give us your, after signing the oath, you will give us your original certificates. We confirm whether what you've given us as copies does tally with what you have. Number 3, you sit down and give you maximum 10 minutes. You take us through the journey of your life since birth up to today, when you hold that office in the register of political parties, and you can say anything about elections in Kenya. Thank you so much for that. Sergeant at Arms, can you please administer the oath? Now she can choose a book, the Holy Book, or affirm.
Chair, I'm a Christian. I read the Bible. I, Anne Jerry Denitu,
do swear that the information I shall give before this committee on the matters under its consideration shall be truthful, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you very much. Sign the oath of the oath you've sworn to or you've sworn with. No idea what you do to an oath. Thank you very much. You may now give out your original certificates if they are near. If they are not near, then the original certificates, they have already been issued, given out. Thank you very much. Very good. And certificates are given out, so you don't have to worry. Now, in less than 10 minutes, tell us who you are. Walk us through the journey of your life up to today in less than 10 minutes.
Okay. Thank you, Chair, and thank you for the opportunity to appear in this honorable committee. My name is A.N.M. Benito. I was born and bred in Nyandarua County in a place called Oljororok, where the honorable member come from. And I went to school within Nyandarua County. And then after that, primary school, in a primary school called Weru Secondary. Then I went to Wajohi Girls. Then after that, I went to Moi University to take a degree in education. I did a bachelor's of education, specifically in literature and English. After that, I started my teaching career in Muranga. I taught for about 2 years. Then after that, I applied to join education administration.
As names of these places where you live, you know, people are watching you.
Yeah.
And when you say you were taught at Kahuya Girls or one of those great schools in Muranga, they feel extremely good. Tell us, in Muranga, where did you teach?
I taught in a high school called Mudhithi Secondary School in Marangwa constituency. After that, after teaching for 2 years, I applied for a job in the Ministry of Education. After that, after teaching for 2 years, I applied for a job in the Ministry of Education to work now as in education administration. My reason for applying after those 2 years, I felt that I would do more contribution in leadership in education. And after the application, I was actually given a job as an inspector of schools. I started my inspection of schools journey from Jogo House, which I posted to Kiambu County, the larger Kiambu County then. And in the process, I got promoted. I was posted to Kiambu West, which its headquarters was in Limuru. At Limuru, I worked as an area education officer, and then also as a district quality assurance and standards officer. Then within the district, within that particular year, I was also promoted again to become a district education officer, which I worked briefly in Limuru, and then I was later posted to Ukabani, Makueni, specifically in Boni constituency, and Bubuni was the center where I went to start a new district. After working as a district education officer, maybe to bring where I am today, when I was working in Limuru as a district education officer and quality assurance, that is when 2007 post-election violence happened, and I had the responsibility of, together with other leaders in the district, we had the responsibility of settling the people who came from other areas where the violence had happened to centers within the Muru. One of the center was called Kiradimo, and we had to start as the education, we had to start the centers for how to take care of the children. And I saw children who came without their mothers. Others did not know where their parents were or the siblings. I saw mothers who never knew where the children were. I saw people who really were desperate, others were wounded. I saw mothers also going through labor within the center and all that. And I think that is the first point it awakened me that there's something called elections, and elections can be managed. And it aroused my interest from that day. And I said, one day, I was a young girl. That day I said, one day I will run elections. And in 2009, I saw the advertisement of the IIC then, which was the interim elections, and IIC, Independent Electoral Commission. Yeah, that's when I threw in my application. Then I was a DO in Ukabani, and by God's grace, I got an opportunity to be hired by that particular